Facebook is betting big on creating a future where you can simply don a virtual reality device and step into a 3D world filled with 3D versions of real people. Here are the details. The Guardian reports that Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced on Thursday, October 28th, that the company is rebranding as Meta. He also announced that the company will now be spending billions on creating a so-called Metaverse. With Metaverse, company officials say they mean a digital world that will be much more immersive than before, and will feature many more virtual reality or VR elements. For instance, instead of current interaction with others via written comments discussing posted 2D videos and photos, Meta's vision would be for users to use VR headsets and other technologies to create the experience of stepping into a 3D world where they can interact verbally and visually with 3D representations of other users. Meta officials say the Metaverse would be a series of interlinked worlds where a user moves seamlessly from Facebook's world to Apple's or Google's, or a computer games world. Meta said it was creating 10,000 new jobs in the European Union as part of growth plans that include building a metaverse. Only time will tell if people will embrace Facebook's new name and project. In the wake of the Frances Haugen revelations, the company is currently struggling with an image of fueling political polarization and being bad for democracy as well as its users' privacy, security, and mental health. After his company Neuralink released a video of a monkey playing Pong via an implant in its brain last week, SpaceX and Tesla CEO Elon Musk has said on Twitter that it may be able to move to initial human trials later this year. In a presentation posted to Neuralink's YouTube channel, Musk says the implant is 23mm by 8mm and has electrode threads that attach to it that are implanted into the brain. The implant is inserted by removing a piece of skull. It then sits flush with the skull, unnoticeable to others beneath hair. The implant works by monitoring neuron activity in the brain. The University of Queensland describes how neurons operate as a kind of electrical system. First, an electrical signal called an action event is sent through one neuron. This action event triggers neurotransmitters to be released from that neuron's axon terminal into an area between two neurons. These neurotransmitters are received by the dendrite area on the next neuron, which transforms them back into an electrical signal, its own action event. In a company video, Neuralink's implant worked in two stages. First, it monitored neuron activity in the brain and matched it to movements from its user. Then, an iPhone began using only the neuron activity to recreate the recorded movements elsewhere. Now, speculation has begun over the potential applications of this technology. Forbes and others, following Elon Musk's lofty predictions, have suggested that the implant could be harnessed alongside self-driving cars.
The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office has granted a patent to Samsung to build augmented reality contact lenses, according to Patently Mobile. The lenses may feature an inbuilt camera that could be able to capture images and videos, which can then be displayed on the lenses. The smart lens may also use motion sensors to detect movement. The lenses could include features such as an RF antenna, a display unit, and a radio chipset. Users may also be able to transmit data to and from the lens's antenna to external devices. According to Patently Mobile, smart contact lenses may be better at displaying augmented reality than smart glasses like Google Glass, because they have a larger field of view as their display unit may be mounted on the lens surface and the display region could be adjusted. Doctors have restored partial sight to 6 blind people using an implant that sends video images directly to the brain. Researchers from the Baylor College of Medicine and UCLA are collaborating to test the Orion device, which consists of a brain implant with 60 electrodes and a pair of glasses with a camera to capture images. According to Second Sight, the company that created the device, the brain implant is put on the surface of the visual cortex, where it will receive deciphered information from the camera wirelessly. The Guardian reports that the gadget is able to bypass the eye and the optic nerve, which usually sends sensory information to the brain. In a medical trial, 6 patients with acquired blindness were asked to look at a black computer screen while using the Orion device and pinpoint the location of a white square that appears at different times. Researchers said the participants were able to identify the location of the square the majority of the time. Daniel Yosher, chair and professor of neurosurgery at Baylor College of Medicine, explained in a news release that the device will not work for those born blind, since the parts of their brain that process sight have not fully developed. It is only suitable for those born with the ability to see and went blind at a later age. This is because their visual cortices are intact, just not stimulated because the eye is not receiving any information. Yosher explained that for these patients with acquired blindness, there is potential to directly activate the neurons responsible for seeing in order to restore functional sight. For more news animations and explainers, hit the subscribe and bell button to join the TomoNews family. Thanks for watching.